Welcome back to another video on Influential Sports. And today I got a special video for y'all. Shout out to Black Couch Booking for giving me this idea. But the top 10 wrestlers under the age of 30. This one gets real interesting because this isn't just a WWE list or AEW list. This is across wrestling. So I got people from AEW, WWE, TNA, New Japan, AAA. I have 5 different companies being represented in this top 10. And there are some people that I left out that even from other companies like Bandito, who just turned 30. Like I wanted to put him on the list, but he just turned 30 in April, which I didn't realize. Megan Bain, Dirty Dominic, they've been losing some momentum lately. And even Braun Breaker, like I think they could have been on here. Like it just depends on how you feel about it. Shoutout Umino from New Japan, he could have made the list. Like, it's a lot of good people on here, and this list is mainly based from 2024 to this year 2025, and what they've been doing most recently. That's really what this is based off of, not based off of their careers, but what have you done for me lately. So to get into the list, start the top 10. And 10 I have Ruka, currently 26 years old, and she's a double champion right now, Women's North American champion in NXT and the Speed champion. She had a great match with Chelsea Green when challenging for the U.S. title earlier this year. Had some fun matches with Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix last year. Has great chemistry with Kalani Jordan. They just had a bang-up match not too long ago for the Women's North American title. She was great in both the ladder matches she was in. She's been in a few ladder matches in NXT, and she's looked great in those. Definitely a ladder match specialist. So I had to put Ruka in here, being and she's a double champion. They did, and she was the first woman they let feature the Speed title on WWE TV. So, and I could be wrong, correct me if I am, but I'm pretty sure she was the first Speed champion to feature the title on TV, because they got to pay Elon Musk a lot of money since that's a title exclusively for Twitter. But yeah, I got Ruka at number 10. At number 9, I got CoFuja from New Japan Pro, 22 years old, just won the Best of the Super Juniors 32 tournament, climbed to the top of Block A, putting on some banger matches, and in the finals he beat Yo in what was a very good match. This was very fun. I think this was a top 10 match of the year. I really enjoyed this, and I enjoyed seeing his run and seeing his rise in Japan this year. Hopefully they have some more stuff for him. He should be in contention for the junior heavyweight championship. I would love to see him get that. But he's been having a great year in Japan so far. Had some good tag team, 6-man tag team matches. So I hope he keep grinding. Like, I'm liking what he's doing in Japan so far in his career. At number 8, I have Elio Delao, who just competed at Worlds Collide, currently 28 years old. Just won back the AAA World Mega Championship from Alberto El Patron last weekend. Or when y'all be seeing this, it would have been 2 weekends ago. But the match against Chad Gable was very good. It was a top 5 match of the year so far, in my opinion. The match with Alberto El Patron wasn't amazing, but it was still a solid match, and he looked good in that match. He was in Ultimate X and TNA not too long ago with Moose, Leon Slayer, and a few other people, and he had a great showing there. Like, I didn't see Vikingo stuff leading up to this point. Because I've seen some AAA stuff last year, checking out some of his stuff. Like, he's definitely a star of that brand. He's definitely great, deserving of being world champion. His first reign as world champion held it for 833 days from 2021 to 2023. But I ain't seen much of that run. If I seen some of that run, I probably would have put him higher. But I ain't really seen any of that. But he's been having a good showing. Hopefully he gets to do more stuff for WWE, because he's definitely deserving of it. You don't have to sign there, because I mean he with AAA, and WWE on him technically, so him and Ray could have a fun match. Like, I think maybe that's Ray's last match, because we don't know what Ray's last match is gonna be. Because I don't know if that last match should be against Dominic. But yeah, I got Vikingo at 8. At number 7, I have Rhea Ripley. Now, she's currently 28 years old, former 2-time world champion. I think her first run was better than the second run, but the rivalry with Liv Morgan, obviously it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't, I'm not gonna say it was terrible, but I didn't enjoy it personally, because it wasn't focused on the title. It was focused on Dominic, in a women's world title feud, but they did have some good matches, so I can't take that away from Rhea. She did have some good matches. The triple threat match at Mania with Io and Bianca was good. Even the one-on-one match with Io was, she's had multiple banger one-on-one matches with Io Sky, which has been great. If you had to do Bianca versus Rhea straight up on the main roster, her match with Rhea Ripley after she beat Liv to get the World Heavyweight title, once again, there was a fun match that I enjoyed. So I just think she needs a new character change. The reason why I can't put her in the top 5 is because she needs a new character. Like, the gimmick is getting old. I do think Rhea is overrated, but that doesn't mean that she's bad. And really, I was debating on Rhea and who I have at 6, because both of them have started to lose momentum this year and need to be doing more stuff. But I think the person that I have above Rhea, this person started doing some other stuff to show that they have some more character. They have some new that they can do. And at 6, I have MJF. The feud with Hangman early in the year, and that was great. They had a banger of a match that I love. Dustin, he even had a good match with Dustin Rhodes, which was surprising. His match, I seen him live last year versus Will Ospreay. They fought for an hour. MJF won with 2 seconds left. It was because it was a 60-minute time limit, and it went down to the wire. MJF would capture the international title. That was his best feud last year, feuding with Will Ospreay. And then this year joining the Hurt Syndicate. That's what made me put MJF just a tad bit higher than Rhea, because Rhea still isn't doing anything new. It's the same championship chaser gimmick. She's still in the world title picture. But MJF, he's not, but he hasn't held the title he hasn't been a champion in general in a minute. And now he's showing a different aspect of what he can do and joining the Hurt Syndicate and doing some stuff there. Like, I think that's really gonna work out. Even if he don't win the title back from doing that, I think that makes a lot of sense for his character. I think that's great for him. So that, and MJF is 29 right now, but I do put him a bit higher than Rhea. But it's interchangeable between them two for sure. At number 5, I have one tag team on this list, and that tag team is Fraium. Axiom is 28 and Nathan Frazier is 26, so they both meet the threshold, both being under 30. They had a great run as tag team champions. Like, it was a few times where I thought, man, they run might end here, but nope, they just kept putting on banger matches. The stuff with Briggs and Amora, they had a good match with them. Them losing to Hank and Tank and Stand and Deliver was a great match. They're getting featured very well on the main roster, being in stuff with the Street Profits, with who I'm trying to see who else with DIY, Legato. Like, they done had some good. Yeah, I think they beat Los Garces in a match. They beat the Street Profits even. I don't know if they had the match. I don't think they didn't face Motor City yet, but they had a great run as NXT tag team champions. So, and then they're doing a great job being featured on the main roster in some good tag team feud currently. So yeah, I got Fraium at 5, and the way they got called up was perfect. At number 4, I have Lara Valkyria, currently 28 years old, a first ever women's IC champion, and she held the title for 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, and each 5 or 6, but each month it got better because they started allowing her to cut more promos, because the matches we know are going to deliver. But once she started doing stuff heading into WrestleMania, she was able to cut more promos, especially once Becky came back, and really after that. So like the matches with Dakota Kai, and both of those matches were really good that I enjoyed. The match with Obami now was solid. She had 2 good matches with Bayley, had multiple good matches with Becky Lynch, and that feud was not even done yet. So she's in a high-profile feud, even though it's not for the world title. It feels more important than what Io is doing right now. It feels more important than what Tiffany is doing. Like, it's the most important women's championship right now, because I think Selena's reign has been solid. It ain't been terrible, but Lara's clearly been able to elevate as a wrestler with the championship. And I think that the IC title is the most important women's title at the moment, because it has the best story for the title. Now, it could change if Naomi cash in, but I think Lara has the best story going for her in WWE with the IC title, her and Becky Lynch. And this is really propelling Lara, because it's getting some great segments, because people wanted her to show more emotion, wanted her to add more character, and she was able to do that. At number 3, I had a TNA Knockouts champion, Masha Slamovich, currently 26 years old. I thought she was older than that. I thought she was like 29 or 30, but she only 26. But she beat Jordan Grace to become the Knockouts champion, and that's how Jordan Grace ended up going out. And Jordan Grace is a TNA legend. She had a great match with Tessa Blanchard, which she ended up retaining. She just defeated Victoria Crawford not too long ago to retain, beat Lei Ching Lee in a match, and she's had cutting some good promos. The one last week on Impact I didn't rock with, but usually the promos are usually pretty good for Masha Slamovich. A great baby face. She isn't some white meat baby face. Like, she gonna let you know that she's gonna do what she can to keep her title, but she don't have to cheat to win. So her matches, even despite her facing all the odds, she'll able to retain the title. Have no clue who's gonna take it off of her, but she's looked great as the Knockouts champion. Then for for number 2, I have Obafemi, just 27 years old, had a great North American Championship run. Wesley still probably has the best run as North American champion, but Obafemi is definitely up there with definitely top 5, definitely top 3 probably as far as North American Championship runs goes. That's up for debate, but that's not what the video is about. But he did have a great run. I'm pretty sure he lost it to Tony D, which was fine because he had interference and the family was heels at the time, so it worked. But since he's been NXT champion, been having a good run. Eddie Thorpe, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Miles Bourne, just doing some good stuff. His mic work is really good. Like the ruler, it's a great gimmick. He's doing his thing in NXT. Even had a match against Moose, which was one of the bigger matches in the WWE TNA partnership, and was able to come out victorious there. So I had to put Obafemi at 2. I can't wait till he gets called up because I think he's going to have a great run on the main roster. Then at number 1, I had a timeless Toni Storm at number 1 from AEW, currently 29 years old. I think she turns 30 in October. I had to search up all these wrestlers' ages, so yeah, I'm pretty sure she turns 30 in October. I could be wrong, but the Mariah May feud was really good from last year to this year. The stuff with Mina Shirakawa was really great because they had history before. Then they put on another banger of a match. The Megan Bayne match was fun. I enjoyed that. Toni Storm has the best character work from any woman in wrestling, not just AEW. She's a 4-time Women's World Champion at the moment. And her beating Mariah May, it was perfect. I did want Mariah May to retain, but her being a 4-time champion, it works. I'm pretty sure I mentioned the Megan Bayne match, which was good. Yeah, and then her team with Mina now, them having a partnership, it works out since I'm pretty sure they're close friends in real life. But yeah, that's my list of the top 10 wrestlers under the age of 30. Once again, this list is mainly based off of what these wrestlers did from 2024 to 2025. So to run down the list again, at 10, Sol Ruka, one of the best in the ring. 9, Kosei Fujita, just won the Best of the Super Juniors 32 tournament in New Japan. 8, El Hijo del Vikingo, just won the AAA Mega Championship back, and is a great in-ring performer. Rhea at 7, like I explained, needs a new character and a new gimmick because the mummy gimmick is getting old. But aside from that, she is a mega star. She is super over with the crowd. 6, MJF. I think the Hurt Syndicate, him being there, is adding a new dynamic to his character. That's something new that we haven't seen out of MJF because he's been in the faction before, but it hasn't been a faction like this where he might not be the most dominant guy in the group. I mean, well, yeah, because at this point in his career, why would he want to be in a faction when he's just been a world champion? So I like that dynamic. Fraium, who's at 5, who's an electrifying tag team. Vira Valkyria, who had a good run as IC champion, just lost it and is doing great. Her promos have improved. The character has really improved. The Bird Lady gimmick, it works. At 3, Masha Slamovich, like I said, dominant TNA Knockouts champion. 2, Obafemi, just a dominant force to be reckoned with. I don't even know if this video is coming out after NXT, so I don't know if he'll still be champion by then or not. And number 1, the best women's wrestler in the world currently in Toni Storm. Like I said, a few honorable mentions: Kyle Fletcher, Austin Theory, Nick Wayne, Shota Umino, Brown Breaker. Just a few honorable mentions that could have made it. But this list was very tough to make. Leave your list in the comment section below. Let me know who y'all top 10 wrestlers under the age of 30 are. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, like I said, comment and share.